Good evening, people of YouTube. This is the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
This is video number 2 for the weekend, following up our Geek Week in Review. Continuing on with the movie trailers of the week. Another big movie trailer that was released out earlier this week was for the remake of a remake, The Magnificent Seven, that is set to release out later on this year, starring Denzel Washington, and it looks rather exciting. Thoughts, folks? I know you guys just barely saw the trailer a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Exciting it is. Wow, and motherfuckers in the West getting shot and killed by bullets and arrows and cannons and shotguns and Gatling guns, and motherfuckers be dying. Revenge is being sought. Yeah, just bring that shit out. So, yeah. Popcorn, hot dog, icy. Yeah, watch that shit. That's just the way it is for this. It's okay. Look, all right. I'm not a big fan of movies that take place in a Wild West or Western movies, but there are certain ones that stand out.
Yeah.
Tombstone.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Tombstone. Wyatt Earp. That's just a basic example of that. But for the ones that do stand out, like Gray Mouse just said, Tomb, motherfucking Stone. If you haven't seen that shit, you'll see. This is one of those movies that's going to stand out in that regard. Just because of the trailer alone, I'm just like, yeah, bring that shit out, and yeah, death by bullets and arrows with fire on it. Yeah, bring that shit out. Sorry, just do it.
What about you, Gray Mouse? What are your thoughts?
Well, I like it, but I don't want it to turn into a Will Smith Wild Wild West movie. I'm just saying. I know it won't, but it still has a probability of doing so.
If I can reach through the camera right now, it's with the back of the head, sir.
I love it. No, on a serious note, it won't be like that. I'm the same thing as the theme said. I'm not too well versed, I'll admit, to the story and why this woman is seeking revenge. But I will say that it's an interesting movie. I mean, you can't beat. I love westerns. I've always liked them. Guns and more guns and seeking revenge. Typical Wild Wild West type of movie.
Yep.
But that's all I got to say, man. Am I going to see it? Yep.
See, but you just touched on it. I mean, she had somebody that got killed, most likely her husband or her children, whatever.
Yeah.
Going out to seek revenge on motherfuckers that did it. That's pretty much all you need.
The problem is that I haven't seen that movie. When was the movie released, Reverend? Not the remake. The remake, the American remake.
Yeah, the American remake. Just to drop a little bit of knowledge on the YouTube audience, and also to show that we're just not clueless dudes going ahead talking about whatever bullshit comes up. Well, that's really what we are. But aside from that, the original Magnificent Seven was released back in 1960. It was actually a remake of an old Akira Kurosawa movie, The Seven Samurai. Okay. The funny thing is that at the time, Hollywood was really big in making the spaghetti westerns and everything else. They were very inexpensive to make, and guess what? They always went ahead and they were always hits in the box office. Very much like the superhero movies that we have today. In fact, if you think about it, before all the special effects and everything, the westerns and cowboy movies were really the first hero movies that the American public had.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the old story of the first Magnificent Seven is that there's a Mexican village that's being terrorized by a local crime lord and his gang, and what they do is that they go out of their way. One of the families of the village they go out of their way and they try to hire a gunman, okay, or a set of bodyguards to help protect them from this gang members, right? And the old gunman that they hire, he goes around and he gathers up any other people, any other gunmen that are willing to go ahead and join his group, and that's how it works out. It was similar also in Seven Samurai. The first Ronin that they had run into, he went out of his way and he hired other Ronin to help him out to protect this village from a local warlord that had raided the village on a regular basis. Now, I'm not going to spoil. Well, it wouldn't be a spoiler. I mean, the original movie's from 1954. All right. In the original movie, the Seven Samurai, out of the Seven Samurai, only 2 of them fucking survive at the end. Okay, I believe in the Magnificent Seven. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I believe majority of the cowboys that they sit there, the gunmen that they hire to protect the village, most of them lose their lives in the fight against the gang that's actually terrorizing the village. I wouldn't be very surprised if that happens again with this particular movie. Now, the funny thing is that, you know, if you've ever looked at Denzel Washington's last few roles, he has played the cool, invincible gunman and guy who extracts death and revenge on his enemies. From fucking Man on Fire to his last few roles. I think the last one that he did was The Equalizer, where he pretty much spent the whole movie being that, you know, basically Batman with a gun and without a cape. He had everything all fucking planned out, and he killed everybody. He looked bored doing it. All right. So now they made him grow out his mustache, gave him a fucking horse to ride, said, pick up Star-Lord on the way, and the Kingpin, and a few other motherfuckers, and go play cowboy. And that's what we got with Magnificent Seven.
And, you know, like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen the remake. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I knew it was to an extent to what you were talking about. I'm glad for it. You know, I'm just come out. I think it comes out in September, September 20th, something like that?
Let's see what does IMDb says. Yeah, 23rd of September this year, 2016. That's when it's slated to come out.
Okay.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Yeah, any other thoughts on it right now? I mean, like I said, I don't want to spoil it for people, but I'm expecting a lot of them to die, a lot of the heroes to die. But that's actually part of the reason why not just the Magnificent Seven, but also the Seven Samurai was such a memorable story, because it was basically this ragtag group of Ronin who really, they didn't have any obligation to help these people out. And when they did show up, it turned out that, they're, you know, and the village went out of their way to gather up as much money and rice as they could to go ahead and pay off these Ronin. And they kind of looked at each other and they were like, you know what? If there was just one of us instead of 7, this still wouldn't be a lot. They did their job anyways, and a lot of them lost their lives in the process.
I just hope that the movie allows character development to get attached to these characters. Otherwise, it would, you know, who cares if his, you know, members of his gang die. So I hope that there's enough story there to hold up that, you know, oh wow, Bob died. Oh wow, George died. You know.
Well, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as character development, you only need to do certain things. And you don't actually have to care about the characters. All you need is a bad guy to hate, and you need a main character that needs a reason to do the shit that they're doing. Then the side characters. Okay, you need someone that can crack jokes. You need a cool character. You need a badass character.
Yeah.
You just need to fill those roles. And so even when they do go down, have them go down dramatically. Don't just have them go down just And
I understand, you know, one thing too, I understand that you are confined, unfortunately, movies, you're confined to 2.5 hours to make as much character development as you can. It's not like it's a television series like The Walking Dead that you can actually go 2 or 3 years before somebody dies or whatever, or at the end of that season.
That's why there are main characters and supporting characters.
Correct. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Hey, bring it out. Let's see what it's about. You know, it's going to make – I think it's a good thing.
I mean, if they do it correctly, they're really not going to have to spend longer than, 3 to 5 minutes on each person to sit down and lay them out and show. And then not just lay them out, do a little bit of exposition on each character. But after that, just show who they are on screen.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm just asking for a little bit of a baseline, so to speak. Just, okay, this guy is this. Okay, he's the comic relief. This guy is the cool guy. This guy is the you want to hate him, but you still got to like him type of guy.
This guy's blue. This guy's red. This guy's black. This guy's yellow. This guy's pink.
Why are you bringing race in this, man?
And we have purple over there. Or,
okay,
white over there.
No, fuck that. This one transforms into a truck. This one a bug. This one a race car. This one an ambulance. Yeah, okay. And my favorite, you got 5 lions of different no, fuck that shit. And then you got Omega Supreme, the big space station, and the other one.
Everybody's wondering where the fuck that trailer went after he transformed.
Nope.
How did you do this?
Megatron was a sniper rifle.
And how did a big-ass robot turn into a sniper rifle that fit in Starscream's hand?
Hey, now, wait a minute. How did Perceptor go down to a microscope that humans could look out?
It's the same thing. Or how did sound waves fit?
How did sound waves fit in Spike's pocket?
Yeah.
We're getting off topic here, but what we're saying is Magnificent 7, yeah, it most likely will be magnificent when it hits theaters. Bring that shit out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's.
But do you think it was going to be the movie of the year?
No.
No.
Depending on, it really depends.
Not this year. I mean, you got Captain America coming out.
No, but superhero movies rarely make that.
Yeah. Yeah, they and the thing is that the funny thing about lately is that you've seen the Western actually make a comeback.
Yeah.
Not just Westerns, but good Westerns.
Wait, you think they'll ever remake Hondo or Shane?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I hope not.
I really don't. What they're
in 3D.
What's funny is that a lot of spaghetti westerns were actually remakes of Akira Kurosawa films. All right, like Yojimbo turned into A Fistful of Dollars. And not only do you have a wealth of like other spaghetti western films to go out of your way to remake, because Hollywood just loves their fucking remakes. They can always go ahead and poke a little bit at the other source material that those original movies, those movies are based off of.
But I think
they're going to find a way to go ahead and make Japanese characters white and everything like that. But
I just think that they'll leave John Wayne stuff alone.
And the man's Clint Eastwood's either.
Clint Eastwood's
they won't.
They'll remake Dirty Harry.
They won't touch.
They better not remake Dirty Harry.
They won't touch Clint Eastwood stuff while he's still alive. All right.
No, not while he's still alive.
Not while he's still alive. All right. John Wayne, fucking open season on his films. I'm saying that right now.
What's funny is they haven't touched on that.
There's a lot of John Wayne movies that
there are way.
Or how about Stephen McQueen?
Well, part of the reason why they don't touch John Wayne's movies is that, guess what? There's only one Marion out there. There's only one John Wayne out there. So, that's one thing that kind of stands there in the ether. But back to Magnificent Seven, guys. Any final thoughts on the trailer?
Look great. Trailer looked great.
Gray Mouse, anything?
I'm gonna see it.
All right. I think that just wraps it up. Going from the Magnificent Seven to the Power Rangers to Voltron to the Dirty Dozen and Clint Eastwood and John Wayne and remakes and the whitewashing of Japanese characters all the way around. This is our second video of the night. Thank you for spending the last 20 minutes with us, folks. If you're so kind, like I usually say, hit the like button, hit subscribe. You know, Gray Mouse has a channel, Theme has a channel, I have a channel. Check our stuff out, see if it floats your boat. We're here every week, the three middle-aged dudes just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And Gray Mouse won.
I think I'll go watch Tombstone again just for the fuck of it. Credits.
Yeah.